very upsetting for me, and I don't even live in South Africa, but just what we constantly see on the continent of Africa in relation to people who wants to come in and colonize. So we all know that China has been coming in to different African nations. Well, on top of bringing their population there, on top of them trying to push Mandarin in African nations, and please understand, when you're being colonized, they're going to colonize the language too. This is why they want to push more Mandarin. This is why you're seeing all the Mandarin writings all over the place in African nations, because they're trying to colonize you. The same thing that the white man done to you. Nothing has changed at all. But when I seen the pictures, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters in South Africa that listen to this video, I was like, what the hell is this? So now the Chinese will have their own police inside South Africa? So let's put the pictures up. I mean, I just couldn't believe this mess when I saw this. Grand opening of the new Chinese Community and Police Cooperation Center in South Africa. So they get their own police. Now, from what I was reading about this, they saying, no, we're not being the police force. We're just going to be the liaison between the Chinese community here and the government. That's it. We're not going to police no one. We just going to be here just policing our own people. Now, I'm going to get to why that is an issue. So let's go to the next picture here. As you see, this Chinese policeman with a black woman there that's part of the officials and the government having, it's good, right? What do the South African people think about this? My brothers and sisters in South Africa, what do you think about this picture? Who is this woman? And she needs to be called out. On the next picture here, she, doing her thing, making a speech. And let's just leave this one here for a little while. 2 Chinese police and this woman here. Now, someone had to give the green light on this. So let's call it what it is. It goes all the way to the top. The president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC, the controlling party in South Africa, they allowed this. Understand that. They didn't come in and do this just because they wanted to, or they're trying to break the rules. They did this with the blessing of the ANC. They say screw the people in South Africa. Screw your rights, screw your privileges. Let me tell you something. They come in, they don't even want South African police to even deal with Chinese. They say, no. We don't want to be underneath your rule. We want to be underneath Chinese rule. That's exactly what this move is saying. How many police stations that are African police stations are in China right now? Let's think about that. How many? Good and well, they have no police stations in China that represent South Africa, or they can be over the South African people or the Nigerian people or whatever group of people who are in China right now. African nations need to realize something. You allow people to do things in your countries that no one else allows you to do. As I stated in the previous video, when I talked about macaroon from France. Y'all sit there and let these people come in and out of your country anytime they get good and ready, no matter who they are. You sit there and let them put military bases in your countries. They can put police stations in your countries, but you have no military bases in no one's country. You have no police station in no one's country. And the Chinese are illegally immigrating into African nations. So much so they're causing problems over there for the native African people. They're encroaching on their businesses. They're undercutting. They're doing everything they normally do wherever they go. Let's call it what it is. They've came to black communities here in America, done the exact same thing. Come into black communities, undercut, copy black people's designs, reselling it at a cheaper price. They don't deal with business fair at all. But, when you're dealing with power, power isn't fair, and they're going to do anything you can do to get power.